Welcome to UMC Portal, ultrabooknews.com video channel on YouTube. My name's Chippy. Thanks very much for watching. We've got a couple of products that came in yesterday. You might watch the video, and I'm just doing some photography here to get the pictures up in the gallery for reviews that will be coming up over the next week. But obviously before I do the photography, I need to do the unboxing. So we're going to take this C7 Chromebook, the C720, the Haswell based Chromebook, $199 of thin client hardware, of thin client computing. Chrome OS uses, if you didn't know, the Google services in the cloud and offers very little in the way of local storage. Everything is processed and stored in the cloud. Now, I haven't been a big Chromebook fan over the last year and a half, two and a half years, I think, since Chromebooks were launched. And in fact, I even started a Chromebook blog and left that to the side because my use cases for Chromebook just my use cases just didn't match what the Chromebook was there for, and I just felt I couldn't report on it honestly. And the reason for that is I do a lot of other stuff on my laptop. I use my laptop very much as a desktop, as you can see here. This is an Ultrabook with an external screen. I do my video editing on it. My video storage, I connect to my network attached storage and store everything through that laptop on a local drive. So the Chromebook just doesn't cut it for me. But we're going to take it out because this is $199 worth of Haswell-based product. So this is the Intel 4th generation core. Okay, it's in Centrino build. It's not Centrino. Celeron build. Centrino is the Wi-Fi. I always had those mixed up forever. So it's going to have the nice power saving, the low background power drain, plus it's quite an interesting 11.6 inch device, and could make a fairly good device for a lot of people. Plus, when we think about it, we sort of project forward into thinner, lighter Chromebooks and a more higher end Chromebook experience. Touchscreens, of course, have already been tested, backlit keys, high quality keyboards and mouse pads, more connectivity. Then you start to get into Ultrabook territory, as long as you're talking about thin and light and high processing power. And it has to be said that web browsing, we can't call it browsing anymore, web apps are really some of the most demanding on laptops these days, not just in terms of CPU, although there's a lot of CPU stuff going on. It's all about CPU plus GPU plus multiple uses of memory, very fragmented memory use, swapping in and out, drive usage as well. So having a strong motherboard, including good bus, good memory, good quality SSD, for example, is really important to get the best out of the web experience. Now, let's just take this then and have a quick look around it. I've got a feeling it's going to. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to feel like the V5 I had, the V5 122P, which was another Acer product. It's got that same plasticky Acer feel to it. It is a little bit low end, of course. For $199, you're just not going to get high quality materials. It's not going to happen. But it's fairly light, fairly compact, and looks okay. It certainly would for $199 make anyone happy. Let's just have a look, see what ports we got on it, and get that into focus for you. There is. I'm going to have to come a bit closer for that. We have Kensington lock, we have USB, and we have a full-size SD card slot there. On the other side, USB 3, HDMI, power and headset. Or is that the other way around? That's right. Nothing on the back, and no removable battery. But this casing is very simple to remove. Now, this is what we've got. The reason we've got this is not to test Chrome OS. It's not to test a Chromebook, although I will be doing that. I think that's important for me to keep up to date with that. It's to be using this little baby here. Now, this is my digital SSD, NGFF SSD drive, 128 gigs. There it is. Hope that goes into focus. 128 gigs, and we've got the necessary connectors I think there's either an adapter with this that will allow me to upgrade the C720 to 128 gigs. Now that means you can actually, in theory, install other operating systems and turn this into a Windows, for example, netbook, I guess, at 199, 2.8 pounds. It's very much in that old netbook category. 11.6 inch screens, even a little bit nicer in terms of productivity. So that's what we'll be doing. I'm just going to open it up and have a look at the keyboard. I bet this is like the V5 and V7 ranges as well, and yes, it is. And that's not a bad keyboard. I've used that on the V5 122P for extended periods. It's really not a bad keyboard. The mouse pad is plastic. It's got a nice, it's buttonless. It's got a nice click feel to it. We have to see how that performs in real world usage. Screen is even matte screen. Obviously no touch on this. We've still got the plastic around it. Webcam there. I don't see any array microphones, just the one microphone there perhaps. And of course the keyboard layout is completely different to what we have on Windows devices. So we will have to spend some time with that. Now this is talking about 8.5 hours battery life. I actually don't know what the capacity of the battery is, but you know what? I bet it's not far. Just having a look on the back to see if it says what the battery size it is. It doesn't. But I bet you could prove 8.5 hours battery life on this, even if it was just maybe typing with Wi-Fi off, because Haswell idles down to ridiculously low levels of background drain. And as long as the screen brightness is kept low, you can run forever with these things. So yeah, what is going to happen is that the dynamic range of battery life is going to be from very long to very short, depending on how you use it. If you start doing a lot of video playback or even HTML5 gaming, for example, that's going to push the battery life down a lot. Fast boot up, 16GB SSD, so no real chance for storage on the local SSD. You've got the, sorry, here it is, SD card slot, virus protection. I think that's basically built in because you haven't got anything much running in on the system anyway, although it has to be said it is it a Linux kernel? I think it's a Linux kernel on Chrome OS. So there is the opportunity for viruses to get in. There's always the opportunity for virus to get in, so it won't be virus free, but let's just say probably less chance of a virus on this than any other laptop style device. Built-in security, free apps available. Woohoo! Yeah, there's a little bit of marketing there. That's your Gmail and all the apps that we know from Google that you can use on your laptop anyway. So I will do a review of this, and you'll probably see me doing a few videos on usage. Now, one thing I wanted to say straight off the bat is that it needs 3G. This is a device that needs the internet as much as it's so important. The Wi-Fi needs to be strong, the antennas need to be strong, we have to have dual band, dual channel, 40 megahertz. It's got to be good, it's got to be strong, because it is the critical connection between that keyboard and screen and the apps and your data. So that needs to be there, but I think you always need a 3G or a 4G LTE backup, or even if you're on the road. Two reasons really: backup, if the Wi-Fi is not there, not available, or of bad quality, you can fall back to your 3G. Second is security. Public Wi-Fi networks are a big risk. Be aware of that when you use public Wi-Fi networks. You don't know what's happening at that router that's routing your traffic to the internet. You don't know whether it's capturing your data, storing your data, and if you're typing passwords in free text, you never know what's happening. Be very aware that that could be a hotspot, that is a hotspot, but that could be running capture software that could basically scan every data packet for the words pass, and then capture the data that follows after that in the next packet. So be aware. Pretty high security risk when you're using public hotspots. So 3G, I think, increases the level of security there. You've got your own private connection to a provider and not to a middleman. That's I think really important. So if I was going to use this, I'd be taking it with the MiFi unit or with, it's not here, a 3G tablet. I wouldn't like to use my smartphone as the hotspot because it takes too much battery life too quickly off the smartphone. My smartphone dies at 5 p.m, 6 p.m. anyway, so don't want to be putting too much load on it with that. Right, that's enough said about the Acer Chromebook C720. $199 at Google. I think it's about the number 4 best-selling net notebook at the moment. Number 1 is also a Chromebook. Number 3 is also a Chromebook. Number 2 is the Acer T100 Transformer, which is a very nice Windows 8 2-in-1, which has been up there at number, well, in the top 5 for I think the last 6 weeks now. So that's also selling at a good price as well. Right, we'll leave it at that. If you have questions about the Chromebook or even advice to me, what do you want to see tested, let me know in the comments. You can subscribe down there. We'll also on this channel be doing in probably actually the follow-up video to this, I'll probably get the Lenovo Yoga Pro 2 Pro out. It's over there. We'll have a look at that. One more thing, I have to say thank you to My Digital SSD for sending the Acer C720 over, and that NGFF SSD, which I've nearly lost already, and a couple of Pocket Vault products, which you'll see on another video I put up last night. If you want to do some very high speed transfers from your fast SSD based laptop to an external drive, take a look at the My Digital SSD OTG. Last night I got file transfer rates of 250 megabytes a second from the internal drive to the USB 3 external drive. So if you're shifting over a lot of videos or photo backups, raw photo backups, perfect device. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. UMPCportal.com, ultrabooknews.com. My name's Chippy. We'll see you on the next video.